So you're saying we don't care about the woman's health?
Well, we care about the woman's health, but we care about life, the life of the fetus as well.
So the life of the fetus overcomes the health of the mother?
Yes, Your Honor.
After one of the most consequential court cases in the state's history, the fate of abortion in the Gem State now lies with the Idaho Supreme Court justices. It was a back-and-forth hearing this morning where justices challenged both Planned Parenthood and the state.
The topic they were debating: should Idaho's near-total abortion ban remain in place? As it stands today, Idaho has outlawed abortions with very few exceptions. Those include rape, incest, or if the pregnancy threatens the life of the woman carrying the child.
In the cases of rape and incest, a victim must present a police report to the physician performing the abortion before that medical procedure can take place. Jordan Smith has been tracking this all day. He joins us with what he took from the courtroom this morning and what happens next.
Well, as you mentioned, the stakes in this legal battle are high. This morning, both sides got 1 hour to try to convince the Idaho Supreme Court justices whether or not these highly restrictive abortion laws should remain in place. And the justices, as you just saw, did not hesitate to challenge these arguments. In a hearing that lasted just over 2 hours, both Planned Parenthood and the state presented their arguments on whether or not to maintain Idaho's current abortion laws.
For 50 years, generations of Idaho women have had control over their bodies and lives with respect to the most intimate, personal, and private decision imaginable: whether to carry a pregnancy to term or whether to terminate it.
Planned Parenthood went first, arguing the right to an abortion is fundamental and defended by the right to privacy within Idaho's Constitution.
Counsel, you can have a fundamental right. It doesn't prohibit the state from trying to regulate the fundamental right.
First off, what we're dealing with here is not a regulation, it's a ban.
Once the nonprofit stepped down, the state took the stand.
And there is no evidence that the drafters of the Idaho Constitution intended to protect as a fundamental right the ability to have an abortion.
The current law states that one of the only exceptions to receive an abortion is if the woman's life is in danger, though it remains vague when it comes to how the pregnancy impacts the woman's overall health.
The fetus's life cannot be terminated at the expense of the woman's health, but it can be terminated to save the woman's life.
So you're saying we don't care about the woman's health?
Well, we care about the woman's health, but we care about life, the life of the fetus as well.
So the life of the fetus overcomes the health of the mother?
Yes, Your Honor.
Justices later pried about the civil enforcement bill that went into effect 6 weeks ago. The bill allows for family members, like an uncle, to sue medical providers who perform abortions on family members, regardless of how distant they may be.
Would the uncle still have standing, say, if he hadn't talked to his brother for 10 years?
Yes, because he lost a niece or a nephew.
So there's no requirement to show that he ever would have had contact with that child?
Correct.
Well, he's going to get a minimum of $20,000.
That's right.
And once the 2 hours were up, the court was adjourned, and now the justices will deliberate on the matter. It's unclear how long this will take to reach a decision, but 4 of the 5 justices do lean on the conservative side of the political spectrum, and also a factor that may play into their ruling: 2 of these justices are up for re-election come November.